So you want to plant a food plot this year. Well, this is a segment that all of you guys that have small tracts of land without big areas to till up and plant food plots ain't going to want to miss. I'm going to show you this week, folks, exactly how to plant Heartland Wildlife Institute's Forested Trail using little to no power equipment at all. No tractors, no tillers, not even a bush hog. Heartland's Forested Trail, folks, is probably the easiest food plot that you could possibly plant. This has got 49% Ladino clover in it. It's got 49% Denmark subterranean clover. Just something that'll add a lot of protein to your deer's diet. It's real shade tolerant. Don't need a whole lot of sunlight on it. We've tested our soils with the Heartland soil test kit. Got great pH, but we're a little low on nitrogen and the phosphorus. We ended up picking up a 6-24-24 fertilizer that has little nitrogen, because this clover is going to put nitrogen into the ground, but it's got, you know, 24 on your potash and your phosphorus. So first thing we did, like I said, check the soil. Second thing we're going to do, we're going to clear back a few of these overhanging branches just to allow a little more sunlight in. Then clear all the debris off of the trail, which this is basically a trail, a quad trail that we don't ever use anymore. Leads to a great bedding area. But we're going to probably take the weed eater, knock down some of the taller weeds, and then actually rake the whole area that we're going to plant. But we're going to put the fertilizer down after we clean the debris, and we're going to break the dirt up. What we're going to do is do this all by hand. I'm going to use a garden rake, leaf rake. Got a nifty little tiller here. Looks like it's got cowboy spurs on it. Okay. Well, folks, that was probably about 2.5 hours worth of work there for myself. I did a area that's probably about 30 by 50, 30 foot by 50 foot, probably about 1/10 of an acre. Already got the fertilizer down before we use this handy little tool here. Took the middle blades out and it seemed to go a whole lot quicker, not get bound up near as much. But well, we've got the area prepped. Now it's time to put the seed down, folks. That's some small seed, so be sure to set your spreader right where it needs to be. Again, this forested trail is made for small areas, and if you know deer, you know they like edge. So obviously your forested trails are going to have a whole lot more edge with close by bedding areas than, say, a 5-acre food plot that you got out in the middle of some fields. But we're going to compact that seed down, just kind of cultivate it, run over it with the 4-wheeler a few times. If you've got a roller that you can hook behind the 4-wheeler, you know, that works well in some of the bigger areas that you can get to. But you know, I believe just running this over with the 4-wheeler, or actually even just using a rake to, you know, make sure you got good seed to soil contact, this stuff is going to come up. Well, folks, I can tell you this, there's a whole bunch of different ways to plant a food plot, especially a no-till food plot like Heartland's Forested Trail. A couple tips I'd give you is when you start out to figure out where you're going to plant it, you know, figure out the measurements of the plot so you know if it's going to be 1/10 of an acre, 1/4 acre, or however much. That way you know how much seed to use, how much fertilizer to get. You know, obviously check your soils first, make sure you got the right pH in your NP and K. Clear the area, bring a good weed eater, or possibly even a small push mower that you can beat up a little bit, because you're going to hit little stumps and sticks and things like that, rocks. But you know, scalp the ground down as quick as you can. Make some type of drag to drag behind the 4-wheeler. That would be your easiest bet, but that'll rough your area up enough for the forested trail to germinate and come to seed. But the last tip I'll give you is make sure when you do yours, do it when your buddies are off work. Those buddies that come out and hunt with you at your spot, yeah, have 1 or 2 of them come out, and you can do 3 times the plot and twice the time. But you know, we're going to come back and check on these plots, folks. Every segment that we do here for Heartland, we're going to come back and give you a weekly up-to-date check on them. You know, make sure you stay tuned in on their Facebook page. You know, check out their YouTube page or our Bighorn Outdoors YouTube page, and you can see a lot of their other products put to use and kind of how-to videos on them. But if you got any more questions, or if you're interested in the Forested Trail, just go to their website at www.heartlandwildlifeinstitute.com. Tell them Tom King sent you.